we've already done a walk around of the car. I've already shown you guys what mods it's got, what it looks like, what it sounds like, you know, all the important stuff. But we've not actually taken the car for a spin yet. So, MK5 GTI, why do people buy it? In my opinion, I feel like it's because they're cheap to insure, cheap to maintain, you know, cheap to run. Price-wise, they're unbelievably cheap. You know, because of how common they are, they're easy to find parts for. You know, there's so many modifications you can do to make each one your own. So another good thing about this car is from the base model to the top of the range one. This one in particular has auto lights, auto wipers, you know, it's got lumbar support as well. It's got the tartan seats, which are really, you know, big bolsters to keep you cushioned in. But you can get ones with tilt and slide sunroofs, with cruise control. You can get leather wing backs, which are absolutely beautiful seats and they hold the value really well. You're looking at about £2,000 just for the front two. You can get heated seats, height adjustable seats, and all that in a car that can cost you anywhere from £2,000 to £4,500, and that is a lot of car for the money when you think about it, because those kind of options in a newer car would cost you a good few hundred or a good couple of £1,000 each. So in a car that's costing you what, a couple of grand, you're getting so many optional extras. It's absolutely amazing. So what's it like to use as a daily car? Now obviously this one isn't standard, so I can only talk about my experience with this or experiences in my friends, which are a bit more standard than this. Obviously this one has been lowered, it's on progressional springs, 19-inch wheels, so it's not going to be as comfortable as they are normally, but using it as a daily, I think this car is fantastic. You've got enough space in the back to fit 3 people comfortably, or 4 people very comfortably. You've got more than enough boot space in the back, and considering it's only a 3-door, comparing it to the likes of a Corsa VXR or like a T-Sport Yaris, there is a lot more room in this. You know, you can't tell that you're in the sportiest version of the car, or should I say one of the sportiest versions of the car. You know, you just feel like you're in a normal car. Obviously in this, I've got a very loud exhaust, so you'll always be able to tell that you're in a loud car. But around town, you know, it's just like anything else. More than enough boot space. Comfort-wise, it's great. It doesn't attract too much attention. If there was a big crowd of people walking around now, you'd see not many of them looked at it, sadly. But obviously, when people do look at it, they do tend to look twice because it isn't completely standard, which I like. There's so many things you can do to it to make each car your own. I feel like that's a big thing in the car scene. Everyone has their pride and joy, and everyone wants to make their pride and joy look different, and I feel like with a car like this, it's really easy to do so. Being a VAG group car, see, I bet you couldn't even tell I would have speed on that, so smooth. Being a VAG group car, there's so many interchangeable parts from your Seats and Audis. You know, if you want to change your wheels 5x112, that's got to be the most common wheel size ever, so it's really, really easy to do. That's where I get my haircut from. Big up to there, big up to there. I know you're watching, my guy. The inside, I'd say, isn't as, you know, plain or standard as other cars, but comparing it to your newer cars that you could be getting on finance, or just paying a little bit more to get a newer one, like a newer Polo or a newer Golf, newer Seat Leon, you know, then if you've gone from one of those to a car like this, then you will feel like you're sat in something out of a museum. You know, it is a massive difference. I've put a screen in, I've got Footwell lights, I'm looking to change the steering wheel and everything, but I still feel like comparing it to other cars that are newer, you will feel like you're sat in an older car. Another thing about using it as a daily, Mpg and Maintenance. So comparing this to something about the same price that you could get, like a Skoda Fabia VRS, they're fantastic on fuel compared to this. A lot torquier, you get 40, 50 mpg out of those on a run. This I'm getting, I'm getting 25 out of. I'll probably get about, no, don't only see it, yeah, I'm getting about 25 in it. On a motorway run, I'm getting about 33 on a good day. You know, I can get like 99 if I'm going downhill forever. Unfortunately, that's not the way the roads work. So to summarise it, you know, you can get like things like A3 4-door, even a Golf 5-door that have a bit more room in them, but I feel like they look a lot less sleek. No offence to anyone who has one, it's just personal preference. You know, interior, not the worst looking thing in the world, but you know, it's not the best looking thing in the world either, to be honest. MPG wise, I mean, it's kind of what you expect when you're modifying a petrol turbo car. You're not going to get fantastic MPG. Having said that, when I had my turbo problem, my diverter valve problem, and I had no boost whatsoever, I was getting 38.8 mpg because I had no turbo. And then when I sorted that out, it got down to 18 mpg because I was very excited I got my turbo back. But yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's not too bad. Like I'm saying, around town, it's small enough to park easily. It's not too in your face that I'll get any unwanted attention. Like, see, you know, no one's looking, but then again, if I wanted people to look, I could just easily, you know, it's always good to have that option there, whether you want to be quiet or whether you want to be loud. I love those outboard moments. Sorry man. Okay, so now we're off on the A roads, B roads, whatever you want to call them. On twisty roads like this, the responsiveness is not too bad. You don't have the four-wheel drive like you do in the S3s and things like that. None of that. It is front-wheel drive. It's minimalistic. Handling's not too bad. Quite a bit is playing the steering wheel. Not sure if that's just mine or if that's all of them. Just gone past an A3 there. He'll be laughing at me with his four-wheel drive. So yeah, because it's front wheel drive, you get the famous bag understeer. So around bend, you know, it could be, I mean, well, come on, it's very front end heavy. It's not a light car. Only there's your phone. There you go, pal. Anyway, so yeah, it comes standard 200 brake, 0 to 60, 7 seconds. 7 seconds or less, depending on the car.
Yo, no one cares about that stuff, man. Send it.
When you put your foot down, everything comes into effect nicely. It puts a hell of a smile on your face. Whether you got the understeer, whether it's front wheel drive, none of that matters. Honestly, yes, there are quicker cars, yes, there are better handling cars, but when you're putting your foot down, when you're going through the bend, even when you're not going that fast, it gives you a hell of a driving feel. Sure, you don't have the response that you'd have in something like a Starlet. You don't have a supercharger like you do in a Mini. You don't have a four-wheel drive. You don't have the MPG. But what you do have is a fantastic experience in this.
My camera's gone all over the place. I'm flying, bro.
Oh my god!
Alright, that's the end of that. I've got some location.
That'll do. Ice Cube's a G. Alright, so the 2 litre TFSIs, they're so tunable. This one I'm sat in now only has a stage 1, so it's only about 260 brake. But it's got a 2.75 inch straight through exhaust with only one resonator. It's got a hard pipe induction kit with an oversized air filter. You can hear it swoosh, or you can hear it when I let off. Or it's got a Rev G diverter valve in it. The exhaust screaming, the back by Revo. Everything comes together so well on roads like this. So yeah, I might only be getting 7 mpg at the moment. But it's not about that, it's about the miles per miles. And at the moment, I'm having a hell of a lot of it. It's so easy to rev match. Honestly, it's just what a good time. Honestly, it's just a fantastic car to drive. They don't have the best MPGs. They're not the quickest. They're not the best handling. They're not the biggest. But just because they're not the best at anything doesn't mean they're the worst at everything. Sure, it's not first place, but it's not far off. When everything comes together like that. When people ask me why I bought a MK5 GTI, you know, I'll send you the link to this video, but I'll do it. A lot of pros, a lot of cons, you know, each to their own, I'd say, with a car like this. But for the price you're paying, for what you can do to it, for the fun you can have in it, I think value for money, this is by far one of the best hot hatches you can get.
I think about you, you think about me too. I know you so well, you know I'm so damn through. I think about you, you think about me too. I know you so well, you know I'm so damn through. I think you're perfect, I think you know it too. I know you so well, you're just a pain to lose. Why won't I leave you? Go on my way too. I know you so well, I'll just get over